Hi everybody, it's Doreen and welcome back to the final card of the series Mother's Day Cards with the Cricut. This is card number 6, so come on and join me and I'll show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so I'm going to bring up the supplies for the last card. Now my card is going to measure 8.5 by 5.5, and then I'm going to take it and score it with my score buddy, which I've already done, to make it a 5.5 by 4.25 inch card. So now my next layer, or bottom layer, is going to measure, let's see, did I write that one down? This is 4 3/8 by 4 1/8, and I'm actually going to go ahead and put it on this side. And then I'm going to just line it up on my card before I tape it down. So that looks about right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take the ATG gun and get on our edges and then down in the middle. And then we're going to lay it down. Like so. And I'm just going to go ahead and go around and make sure my edges are adhered down. So now my top layer. Now what I've done with the top layer is this cardstock is from a paper pack. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it. It's the Lemon Flower Matte Stack by DCWV. And I really liked the flower that was embossed on here, so I decided to add that as my top layer. And this piece of cardstock measures 5 1/4 by 4. And what I've done is I've taken and did some ribbon loops again, or ruffles on the edge, and I've used some black organza ribbon, measured out at 14 inches, and then I made my ruffles. And then I've taken my iRock tool and I've added some bling on top of the ruffle. And then above that, I've taken just a small piece of this rose ribbon trim. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of videos where YouTubers have used this as well. I ordered this online. I don't remember the name of the website. If I remember, I'll include it in the description. So I want to go ahead and line that up and look at where I want it. And that's about where I want it. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my ATG gun and go ahead. Now I'm going to have to be very careful with this because of the bling that's on the other side, as well as the ribbon or the lace trim, because the lace trim has pearls inside the little rosettes. So this is going to be very difficult, so I have to be very careful about how I put my tape on. And I hope I wasn't out of camera frame. I just noticed that I might have been. So now I've got my tape on, and I just want to put just a little bit right here where that trim ends. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to my card. And lay it down. Because I just wanted just a small edge of the cardstock below. So now that I've got that on, I'm going to go ahead and add my Happy Mother's Day. Now the Happy Mother's Day is from the Mother's Day 2010 seasonal cartridge. And it looks like this. I'm sorry for the glare. And I picked this up last year. And I did use it quite a bit last year in my Mother's Day cards. So I cut that out at 2 inches. And that is key 29 on the Gypsy. So let me bring that up so you can see that. So that looks like, so I've cut out that layer and then I've cut out the shadow. So now, and I've got it already popped up on some foam tape, so I'm just going to go ahead and take my tweezers and position it where I want it. And I want to put it right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that it's laid down. Okay, so now the last thing I'm going to add to the front of the card is I've cut out this flower, and this is actually from the new Mother's Day Bouquet cartridge, and I've cut the flowers out in 3 different layers. So I've used key number 7, I'm going to bring that up for you. So I've used key 7, which looks like this. Key number 2, which looks like this. And key number 2, I cut the flower at 1 1/4. Key number 7, I cut the flower at 1 3/4. And then key 24, which is this one right here, I cut that one at 1 inch. So once I cut those all out, I inked them with using the Tim Holtz Distress ink, and I used the walnut stain color on the edges, and then I've gone ahead and put them together, and then I've added a brad in the middle. So I'm just going to lay that right here in the corner. And I'm going to put this down with some glue from my glue gun, since I have that metal brad in the back. And I want to make sure that stays down. So for my sentiment, I'm going to make that a personal one because this card is for my mother for Mother's Day. So that's it, everybody. This is card number 6, the final card for my Mother's Day cards with the Cricut. Thanks for joining me in the series. And next time, I'm going to try to get started a little bit earlier because making 6 cards in 2 days was a lot. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Bye.